Hello and welcome to episode number 297 of the Launch Lounge podcast. Today's episode is called, Is AI the Funnel Builder of the Future? And you're going to discover why the old online course model is officially dead and what's replacing it that could completely transform how you build your freedom empire. I'm also going to share the one thing AI absolutely cannot do for your business that's going to start costing you thousands of dollars soon if you don't do something about it. So stay tuned. Hello, everyone. It's nice to be back in your ears. I'll tell you something that's making me really happy is that it's getting warmer. It's finally getting warmer this whole winter. On Monday and Friday mornings, I go swimming, for those of you who don't know that. If you're in Brisbane, come join me, 5 a.m. up at Stewart Home School for Girls. It is a beautiful view when you get out and you can snuggle up in your warm towel and jacket and coat and layers and layers and layers. This whole winter, in the morning when I get up to go swimming, my phone would say, it is 6 degrees. And that's Celsius. That is very, very, very cold for this girl. And this week, when I got up, my phone said, it is 14 degrees. So that makes me happy because it's warming up. And that in general just makes me happy. Welcome back to another episode of the Launch Lounge podcast. We are almost at episode number 300. Can you even believe it? I think there are a few people here who have probably listened to every single episode. I know because I hear from you sometimes. I know there are some of you who have been listeners since the very beginning. So thank you very much if you're still here. Today we're tackling a big question and a big shift happening right under our noses. And this is not going to be a surprise to you because you're probably loving this shift as much as I am. And it's called AI. You know, it is just absolutely incredible. I have stopped trying to stay up to date with what's happening in AI because it changes faster than the Meta platform. But I am just absolutely loving it. Every time I stop paying attention to what's happening in AI and I come back and I'm like, okay, what's new? What can I do now? I just almost fall off my chair with all the capabilities that I discover. I love it. The question is AI the funnel builder of the future? And I'm sure a lot of you have seen ads for people who do marketing, people who sell marketing programs, people who teach people how to create content, people who are funnel builders, people who teach you how to sell your courses about their AI funnel builder programs. I know I get a lot of those ads, so I know they're there. And I know that it's hot right now. I am not above making a quick buck from whatever is hot right now. But I think we need to be careful. And I think we need to ask ourselves, what does this mean for us as course creators, coaches, and online educators that we can now build entire businesses using AI? Because the reality is the way that we've been doing it, and the way that we've been learning it and the way that we've been teaching is changing. But the way that our own markets have been learning, the way that they've been consuming content and consuming our teaching content, and the way that they've been buying is changing also because of AI. So how we market and sell online is going to have to change because our market is also changing because of AI, right? And it's all changing really fast. So let's explore a little bit about whether or not AI is the funnel builder of the future and what that means for us as course creators, but also what that means for our students and how we should be pivoting and adapting to ensure that we stay relevant in an AI first world. The first thing I'm going to say might be slightly controversial. I don't mind, but I'm going to say it. The step-by-step course, as we know it, is dead. AI can do step-by-step for you. You don't need step-by-step anymore. Step-by-step is dead. I want you to imagine this. It's 2015, 10 years ago. Gosh, I was a different human then. Does anybody else, side note, does anybody else measure their own life in how old your kids are? I think it's if you don't have kids, I don't know if you have the same experience. But I think of myself 10 years ago, and I think of that 35-year-old with a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. And I'm like, that girl, that I'm not that girl, and me, totally different. Like, I'm a badass compared to that girl. I want to go and give her a hug. But I'm also really grateful for her because she worked her ass off so that I can be a badass. And she burnt a lot. She just burnt out. She pleased a lot of people so that I can learn not to please people. So anyway, end of side note. Imagine it is 2015 and I've been on maternity leave for a year. It is 8 p.m. and Mila, who's about 3, is finally in bed and asleep. And Elle, who is about 9 months old, is fast asleep because she loves sleeping. One loves sleeping, the other one never slept. And Elle's probably going to be up at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. And so now it's 8 p.m. Mila's finally gone down. And I have a couple of hours to do some work before I need to get some sleep because Elle's going to come into my room at 4 a.m. So I open my phone and start scrolling on Facebook, as you do when you have work to do. I was thinking that I was going to go find some inspiration for my next social media post. And then I got stuck scrolling for a bit. And I specifically say Facebook because, 2015, that was all the cool kids were on Facebook. My coaching business has been running for a year at this point, and I have been networking my absolute arse off to get clients. I hate every minute of it. I leave at 5 a.m. in the morning to go to networking breakfast meetings. I go out at 6 p.m. to go networking dinner meetings. Everyone who promised they can help me get clients, I give my money to. If they have any kind of promise around finding me clients or helping me find people or leads or any of that, then I'm there and I give them my money. That's on top of the 30K I am paying the coaching school that promised to teach me how to be a coach and how to do marketing as well. I am desperate and I'm frustrated. And I hear people say things like, you need an email list or build a social media following or use SEO so people can find you or you just need to host a free webinar. And it all sounds great, and I give it all a go, but nothing seems to work to make money show up in my bank account consistently. Now and then I get lucky and something pays off. I get one client here and one client there, and I hustle to put on a day-long training that I completely underprice and end up making no money, but I tell myself it's a learning curve and I'm learning. And then an ad comes up on my newsfeed. I like the girl who is advertising this. I've been following her for a while. She has a social media agency and she has a large following, and I see posts from her every single day on my Facebook feed. And she's promoting a $97 email copywriting course, and I am sold. Hook, line, and sinker. You're telling me I can get leads and I can make sales from email. I'm in it. I can't really afford to spend $97 right now because my business account is running very low. But I think if I don't spend this money, how am I ever going to learn? So I close my eyes and I buy. And 3 minutes later, the training is in my inbox, like magic, just like she promised. Step-by-step training, how to start my email list and how to write my first emails to my email list. And like the good student that I am, I learn everything. I write 3 emails and I send it to the 55 people who are on my email list, one of whom is a creepy guy from school. One is my mother. And the other one is another mum from daycare who probably signed up because she was kind of taken by what I'm doing but didn't really understand it. And then nothing happens. Nothing. Oh, apart from the 2 people who unsubscribed from my list. And I feel devastated. Back to square one. No money, no sales, no real business. That fake it till you make it voice echoes in my head saying you're faking it more than you're making it these days. Makes me feel like a real imposter. And I wonder if this is ever going to happen for me. And it would be another year before I start really putting all the pieces together. And that year, I would spend another 10K on courses that help me learn online marketing. I tell you this story because I wonder if it sounds familiar. If it sounds familiar, I want you to know that you're not alone. And I have been there too for years and years. And maybe I want to say at least the first 5 years of my business, I relied on step-by-step courses to teach me one single piece of the puzzle at a time as it relates to sales and marketing. No one taught me the big picture because I understand today that the big picture isn't sexy. It's hard to say to people, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know to build a business when they'd much rather just figure out how to do reels on Instagram to get leads and sales. It would be a while before I figure out that all of these step-by-step courses taught me individual skills. But it's only when those skills work together that you start making sense of it, really. You know, I took courses on building my email list. I took courses on running Facebook ads. I took courses on hosting webinars, on launching my offer, rinse and repeat. For a lot of those, I bought multiple courses. I think I own at least 6 or 7 courses on Facebook ads, ranging anywhere between $5,000 and $97. And it worked. All of it worked for a while. Today, it doesn't work exactly like that anymore. And I want to say thank goodness. But now, you can literally open ChatGPT and ask, how do I write a sales email? How do I build an online course funnel? What should I post on Instagram to promote my course? And if you don't even know what question to ask ChatGPT, you can say, what question do I have to ask you if I wanted to build a profitable online course? And it'll tell you which questions to ask. Isn't it magic? It is magic. You'll get an answer instantly. If I'm at the point now where students who come to me with technical questions about their ads, especially so if they've taken my training in Amy Porterfield's group or if they've taken the free 5-day video training, when they have a technical question for me, it is easier for me and for them to just say, go to ChatGPT, explain what you've just explained to me, and let ChatGPT talk you through it step by step. And the reason for this is because ChatGPT has infinite patience and answers in the moment, whereas back and forth on email with me, there's going to be a day delay every time. And by the time I understand the problem, it's probably going to be 3 days later. So it might be quicker. Just explain the problem to ChatGPT and get an answer. Unless, of course, I can answer it right there for them. But usually with tech things, it's a glitch or it's a setup problem and you need some investigation. So that's completely changed how I support students for ads, right? Hey, if you've got a profitable online courses business, but you're stuck wondering what the right next move is to hit your 6 or 7 figure goals, listen up. I'm opening the doors to a brand new mentoring program for course creators just like you. You're not a beginner. You've made some sales. You've got the proof that your offer works, but the growth still isn't consistent or predictable, and you know you're ready for more. This isn't a one-size-fits-all program, and it's definitely not another step-by-step course. It's personalized, strategic support to help you grow your business your way, with clarity, confidence, and a custom plan that actually works to get you to your 6 or 7 figure goals. If you want in, then head to thelaunchlounge.com/mentoring and join the waitlist. Spots will be extremely limited, and waitlisters will get first dibs. Now back to the episode. If you want an answer today, you can get it instantly. You don't need to enroll in a 12-module course to find out how to do simple step-by-step things anymore. The how is everywhere. It's accessible, it's immediate, and it's unlimited. And that is fortunate for us because us educators who are natural learners as well, we dive into all these AI tools and we figure out how to use them. And we use them to, create content and do our admin stuff and create automations. And it's amazing what my colleagues are doing. I love it. But unfortunately for us, our ideal customers are doing the same thing. Our step-by-step basic courses are becoming ChatGPT-able. Our 6 to 8 weeks of live weekly Q&A sessions where they have to show up live and compete with 50 or 100 or even 500 other people to get their question answered is not necessary. It's not needed. And people don't want it because sitting on a call for an hour hoping yours get answered, geez, most people just go to ChatGPT and get their question answered. That means that the value of a step-by-step course without radical personalization or without personalized, individualized, strategic support is disappearing. I think we're going to start seeing a real dichotomy here where you buy course material because it teaches you the strategies, not the step-by-step. And you either buy it with support or without support. You either want to just consume the content and talk to ChatGPT about support, or you want to get personalized support. So the days of a 12-module course with weekly live Q&A, I'm starting to see that's going to go away. And so are, unfortunately, the coaching programs that follow these step-by-step courses that are basically just more access to the steps, right? You get the steps for a little bit longer. You get the weekly Q&As for a little bit longer. So what is the problem with AI-built funnels, right? That's what we're here to talk about. Now, maybe you're thinking, hang on, Salome, people out there right now are selling me specialized AI programs that are designed to help me build funnels faster. Yes, I see them too. And I would agree with you. I'm one of those people who are building my own AI agents to help my clients and my students make hot offers, create launch copy, build sales pages, optimize ad performance. And I love it. And I'm there for it all day. But here's where people are getting stuck. AI can give you a funnel. That's not the hard part. But then you launch that funnel. And maybe AI can even help you get your launch up. And what happens if your webinar show up rate is low? Or your sales page gets traffic but no conversions? Or your lead magnet is bringing in leads, but they're cold, they're unqualified, and they're not buying? Then what? You go back to AI and say, hey, what went wrong? You gave me this thing and it's a dud. AI can't tell you what actually worked in your funnel and what didn't work if you don't know what the parameters are for working and not working before you give it to the AI. It can look at your data and help you identify gaps, but it can't tell you when you didn't track the right data. So there's a degree of still understanding the big picture that you can't just copy and paste from AI. It can look at your sales page and tell you what you could do to improve it, but it's basically just guessing and it's not taking anything else into consideration. So if you're going there saying, hey, my sales page didn't convert, why? ChatGPT doesn't know how many people saw that page. That maybe the problem wasn't that the page didn't convert. The problem was that you didn't get enough people at the top of this funnel. There weren't enough eyeballs on this sales page. And unless you know this kind of stuff, AI is only going to get you that far. Your AI is never going to know your audience the way you do, know your niche, know your positioning, and know your offer. It can know each of those things individually based on what you gave it. But you're the one who's going to know how the big picture fits together. Unless you know all of that, my bet is if you asked AI to build your funnel, you probably don't know this stuff. And suddenly we're back in the same place we were with step-by-step courses, blindly following steps, maybe getting some results, but not having any idea why the results we got, what worked. And worst of all, not having any idea why it's not working for us, what the next step is for me to be able to grow. So this is where it gets really interesting. It used to be that you'd buy a step-by-step course. Same goes for your market. They bought a step-by-step course. Then you wait for the Q&A so you could finally ask your how question or your question that is specific to your niche or your market. And if you were lucky, your question got answered. If not, you kept guessing. Now all you do is you ask AI. You don't have to wait. You don't have to hope. You can ask your how question 10 times in 10 different ways and get an answer each time. I find that Claude and ChatGPT are endlessly patient with me. And they explain things without saying, well, that's the end of our session. I'm sorry. We've got to go now. We're on the hour. But your students can do the same thing, which leads me to ask, what happens to us? The coaches, the mentors, the course creators, the educators who used to be that Q&A human, that hosted the weekly office hours. What happens when our step-by-step courses are replaced with infinitely patient AI agents that might not completely render our course content obsolete, but absolutely will make the 6 to 8 weeks of Q&A completely redundant unless we can find a way to personalize it? We've got to evolve. We've got to change. Because the truth is we can no longer get away with offering a course with some Q&A calls and calling that support. We should no longer settle for step-by-step courses with 6 to 8 weeks Q&As. Especially if you're learning a big system like building a business or marketing a funnel. We need to offer more than just how. We need to offer real depth, especially when it comes to the support. We need to invest in deeper experiences that are more personalized and more tailored to our own situations and our own markets. Because that's the beauty of what AI funnels can give us. We can build a lot of things and automate a lot of things with AI, which frees us up to give more personalized support. But we also have to know that our ideal customers are doing the same thing and they want the same thing from us. They can automate things more. They can get their quick questions answered. And so they're going to want more from us. And I'm thinking about this more and more, and I realize that there's a name for this. And I call it deep scaling. Because as there's more and more noise being added to the world, we can become more and more relevant by scaling for depth, not width. Deep scaling isn't about adding more and more and more new students to your course while offering support they can get from AI anyway. Deep scaling is about creating offers that is uniquely you. No one else has your experience, your opinions, and your frameworks. Offers that rely on your expertise and your strategic input, not just your step-by-step process. It's about going deeper with fewer students and creating more tailored learning experiences. It's about helping people apply what matters most for them, not what is in Module 3. It's about creating personalized pathways based on what's working and what's not working for their market at the time. It's about offering real support that moves them forward faster with less trial and error. And now, as a result of AI, and also thanks to AI, we finally have the capacity to do that. Because AI can handle the repetitive tasks, the templates, the stuff that used to eat up all your time. So now we get to spend more of our time thinking about what's broken that needs fixing, asking ourselves what the next best step is to take if I want to grow faster, simplifying things that create unnecessary friction in our business, saving money because we can identify bottlenecks in our business, systemizing things we do over and over so we can finally buy back our time. And that's exactly what I've been doing with my clients in the agency for the last 6 months. We've been diagnosing more funnel breakdowns, optimizing more email sequences, refining webinar messaging, and I've been helping them fix what's actually costing them money instead of just what's the next step-by-step module of another course we both bought. AI can do this for them, it does it for me, and we are deep scaling. But with the use of AI, we can do it so much faster. We can go deeper and we can be more personalized and specific without needing to hire a full team of VAs, an expensive copywriter, or a brand new designer. And that's just what's possible now. That's what's possible for you when you start understanding that you can use deep scaling, creating more time for fewer students to build a personalized experience and support your students and clients in a better way. And that's what's possible for you when you learn how to apply this to your business too. So, is AI the funnel builder of the future? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. But AI, without your insight, your experience, your big picture strategy, without the deeper one-on-one connection, is just another step-by-step course with weekly Q&As in disguise. You don't need more information. Your ideal customer doesn't need more information. You need clarity, direction, and someone who can help you see the whole picture and your best next move. Step by Step is dead. The Q&A call is being replaced. But this right kind of support, that's more valuable than ever. And the future? Well, I think those of us will be here who can use AI to go deeper, not just to make more noise or go faster. So there you have it. Step by Step is dead and the Q&A call is being replaced. And listen, if what I shared today resonated with you, if you've got a profitable online course business, but you're stuck wondering what the right next move is to hit your 6 or 7 figure goals, I want you to listen up. I'm opening the doors to a brand new mentoring program for course creators just like you. You're not a beginner, right? You've moved beyond Step by Step. You've made some sales. You've got the proof. Your offer works. But the growth isn't consistent and predictable. And you're ready for more. This isn't a one-size-fits-all program, and it's definitely, absolutely not another step-by-step course. It is personalized, strategic support to help you grow your business your way, with clarity, confidence, and a custom plan that actually works. Because that is what depth scaling is all about. If you want in, I want you to head to thelaunchlounge.com/mentoring and join the waitlist. Spots will be extremely limited and waitlisters get first dibs. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Now, go build your freedom empire and I'll see you next time. Bye. If you're loving what we're covering today, I've got something special for you. Right now, and for a limited time, I'm creating exclusive bonus content for every single episode that goes way deeper than what we can cover here on the show. Think actionable worksheets, behind-the-scenes insights, and the tools I actually use to get these results. It's completely free, but it's only available to my email subscribers. If you want to get more actionable help and dive even deeper with me, the only way to get it is to sign up. Head to thelaunchlounge.com/podcast-freebie right now to grab today's bonus content and never miss future episodes' exclusive materials.